Hey there, I'm Tim Davis, Technical Product Marketing at Spacelift. In these days of infrastructure as code and automation, it is always critical to keep security at the forefront. So using things like policy as code helps you keep the guardrails on those deployments while going fast. But what about if we want to go even faster than that? Letting AI deploy our infrastructure is even more critical to keeping security at the forefront because something else, the AI, is doing the deployments for us. With Spacelift Intent, not only can we apply policy to anything that gets deployed with the AI, we can actually use intent to build the policy that it's going to utilize itself. So let's jump into Spacelift real quick and take a look. We've got our intent project and we have no resources available. Jump into Claude here, which is connected to our intent MCP server, and try to deploy an EC2 instance that's attached to a public IP. So you help me deploy an EC2 instance that has a public IP. And let's see what happens. Okay, so what we'll notice here is that intent actually stopped the deployment of the EC2 resource because there is a policy to prevent EC2 access from having public IP addresses. If we jump back into intent and take a look at the policies here, we have a policy created to prevent public EC2 access. Now, I actually created this policy inside of intent, which is great. So it's able to help keep itself in check in terms of deployments. Now that we know we can keep ourselves inside of those guardrails while moving at the speed of AI, let's actually go through and create a policy here. So we'll go ahead and start a new chat. Can you help me create a policy in Spacelift to prevent public S3 access? Now let's see what intent can do to help us in terms of creating this policy to prevent public EC2 access. Excellent. Looks like it's done. It's gone through and created a policy inside of Spacelift so that anytime we try to deploy an S3 bucket, it won't allow public access to that. And if we actually go back through here to Spacelift and we refresh, we can now see that we have our second policy here for S3 access. Security should always be at the forefront of all of your deployments, whether you're using full production infrastructure as code automation workflows, or if you're using AI to simply build what you need for rapid prototyping and quick development projects. Here at Spacelift, we know that that's true, and we can help you no matter which path you decide to take. For more information, check us out online at spacelift.io.